Welcome back, folks. This is lesson 15 and the place is called Aldeburgh, and Aldeburgh is next to Southwold and it's on the Suffolk coast. It's a beautiful spot, so if ever you get a chance to go down there and have a look, it's lovely. There's a gorgeous town over here, this part of the world. I've only suggested it. That there's the boats down here, which are local fishing boats and that, and probably a little ketch there like that. So I want to do a sort of a threatening sky on this one, probably backlit, so this will probably be in silhouette, and we'll see how it goes anyway. But the colours are on screen there. There's the ochre or raw sienna as a mix, and then number 2 is the ultramarine and the burnt umber mixed together. Makes a strong mix of that. In fact, what I'll do, I'll move that off the board and show you what kind of mix I want. Let's get that out of the way. Right. So the mix I've done already on this is like that. That's the dark one at the top there. There. It's quite a lot of liquid there. So. That's all I've got to start with. We'll do all the twiddly bits in different colours later. So that gets us there for now. So here's the boats. There's 1 or 2 little boats up here, and 1 or 2 buildings, which we'll twiddle on and do it later. Let's get cracking. This is I don't want to touch clean water in here. I don't want to sort of do a dramatic sky. A good dramatic sky is an angled sky. So let's try that. This is water, by the way, folks. Take it down there, try and mind the boats if we can. The first colour I want to put on is that raw sienna or the ochre colour, whatever you've got. It's a lovely colour. I use it quite a lot. Let's just flick it on around there and get water around here so we get a good mix. Right, in we go with this is the ochre. So the sky will be light at the bottom with this glow, and it will be dark on the top. So let's see if we can sort that out and make it look realistic for you. There's a bit of a hair on the paper there, but not to worry, we'll sort it out. It's all running into there like it usually does, because as I say, if you can, work at an angle of about 15 degrees, because the water runs down to the bottom. That's where you want it to run, close to you. If it runs back on itself, you get what you can get, this effect of called cauliflower, and you don't want that. No, that'll really upset the apple cart. That I'm just putting these few twiddly lines in here as well with the sky. Right. That's our number. The ochre or the sienna, whichever I like to call it. That's it. It's gone in a well again on the bottom here because it's so wet. But you know, I get the hair dry on that and I'll sort it out later. Right, now the heavy cloud colour. This is like a storm cloud here. Let's get this in. Ooh, I like this. This is a real humdinger of a cloud, and it's either coming or going depending on your outlook in life. Keep it rolling on. Oh, that's it. Let's get some heavyweight play on this one. Little twiddly bits on this. I love experimenting like this with skies because you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes it's a pig's ear, but sometimes it's all right. We'll see what this one goes like. At least we can have a go, can't we? That's the main thing, having a go. Because we're not going anywhere, are we? Let's take a bit of liquid off that sky. I've got a tissue in my hand and I'm just whipping some of the colour out of there. But I want to keep that light behind the boats there, because the boats are sort of backlit, so they'll be in shadow. So we want to keep that right. So we get a light behind it and then dark boats and that. Little spot there, I don't know what that is. I'll knob it off. Whatever I can do. But let's get a clean bit of tissue. To hell with the expense. Might well just whip a touch of light out of this here. Just so it's not looking too bad a sky. That'll do, I'm fiddling, so stop. Once you start fiddling, it's time to put the brush down. So that's our sky. Let's leave it there. There's plenty going off downstairs. I think we'll tackle this. I'll get rid of some of this white first. The same colour we've been using for the sky, of course, is going to be on the beach, isn't it? So let's get some beachy colour in. Once we get rid of that white, it'll look a lot better. Mind the boats. It's got a nice point, this brush, so I can get around these little items. Just flick round it like that. It looks better than it, even with the undercoat there, round there. It's got rid of all the whitey stuff, and then we can see what we're doing. This is water on the left here, by the way, but it's just the boats are waiting for the tide. So that just takes a touch up there. And of course, what I might do at this stage, while it's still wet, is that's burnt umber colour, which I put in the sky. I'm going to have a touch of that on its own. And let's just introduce a touch of this in here, just to... Let's just suggest a touch of colour down here. Twiddle it round there. Touch of twiddle around this one. That's just a quick flick in that burnt umber, which it sort of is mixing with the wetness of the undercoat, which is nice. It softens it. Right, let's just take that up there. it's got rid of that base colour. Don't just colour it spot on. Just, in fact, I'm going to pinch a touch of that. This colour, this bluey stuff up the top there. I'll pinch a touch of that just into there, and I'll darken this corner a bit like this. It's nice to get a dark down here. Bring it forward if you like. That's what it does. Just a touch more there. Bring it down. And this will do for now because I'm fiddling. I'm not fiddling. I don't want to fiddle. Right. Let's see if we get a. Now it's going to be with the scarlet. It's going to be quite a dark sky, a dark sea, isn't it? So let's put that in. This is that colour what we used in the sky up there, so we're not wasting it. I've got some left behind the boat. And leave some white horses on a day like this. So that the white bit, it's just the paper I'm leaving, and that helps me put the white bits in. I don't put the white bits in, they're in already, aren't they? So we'll just use this to come down the beach. Use these lines. So I'll put it a bit darker there if I can. Where the trough is, we'll see if we can darken it a little bit. The background, leave that as it is, it's in the depth. So it's coming up the beach, you see the water as it's hitting the front. Right, let's see what that's like. Do that up there. I think I'll bring this one up a bit as well. Onto the beach. Later. We'll put some darks in the foreground. Now, what I'm going to tackle now, this background. This is, now don't put window frames in and stuff like that. It's a backdrop. That's all it is, and it's going to stay in the distance. So I'm going to use some burnt sienna, because they pan tiles these on the roof. Just a touch of burnt sienna on there, not too thick. Just a suggestion of colour, and put in some of these roofs in the distance there like that. Bit of a chimney up there and a chimney up that one. That's there. So don't get bogged down with these because they're only suggestions of buildings. Bit along there like that. that's enough for now. It's just let that dry up, and I'll sort out with shadows and that later. But let's see what we can do with these boats now. Let's have a go at these boats. Now this background one, that burnt umber we used for the sky. I'm going to paint one of burnt umber. It's a nice brown actually. So we'll see how it goes. I might have to use the rigger on this one because it's a bit tight. So look. Of course it stops there because the other boat started, didn't it? And then there's a white band across it. Then the boat's bottom part of the boat is there. That's our first bit. Now the rest of the boat is behind this one. So we've got to sort this boat out now, the front one. Let's see what colour we'd like this one. I think a blue one would be nice. Blue, that'd be nice. Let's have a cobalt blue. This, just fancy a change. Steady hand on this one. Right. I'm stopping there because you see that hanging over there. That's a net. Not a net. It's a net. A net. Sounds like a woman's name. Now we just get the blues in here. Put raggy at the bottom because there's all pebbles and stuff around the bottom of it, and it's not very clear. Right, the other side is just the same. Continues on there. The other side of the net comes up round here. At that point, right. And then this bottom one here, bit more blue. Raggy at the bottom, as I say, because it's resting on the sand and there's pebbles and all sorts here at Aldeburgh. Lovely spot though. Right, that bit's all right. Before I touch that, I'm going to have to dry it. Sorry about the hairdryer, folk. It's necessary, unfortunately. But let's use that. And before I do that, I'll use the rigger, and let's see if we can put that. The sticky out bit at the front, or I think they call it a bowsprit or something technical. I'm sure there's people out there who know screaming at me because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm not here to sort of be a nautical man. I'm just here to paint it. That's all. Just get one of them, hold it steady. That's the back one in. And then the front one in. Good work. All right, yeah. Didn't wobble at all. We're all right there. Now there's two masts on this, so we need to put these masts in. And before I do, I'll drop that off. Just get a bit of. I'm going to put it in white, which is this You know that gouache stuff I told you about? That's this stuff. I'm going to use a touch of that because it's opaque white and it will cover anything I want to sort of put on. And like I've said on previous paintings, I'm going to use Carol's credit card cut up, which is good. It's done us both a favour really. That's not long enough. See if that's long enough. That's too short for that one. What about that one? That's a bit too short, but about that one. No, that's not right. Oh well, I'll not put any white stuff on all the way down it. That'll get me through. This is the gouache I'm putting on, and I'm putting on the edge of just on the edge of the card, because I want it to stand out against that dark sky. See how we go. There, that's got that in. That's that number one in there, and it's against the sky, which is lovely. Just what I wanted. Let's try this little one now. See if I try that. What if I try that? Ooh dear, it's tricky that. Oh, I'll do it dark over the top of it when it's done. Let's put some colour on. Very quietly. Flick it on there. There, that's that one in. That's all right, but as I say, I've come over that thing there, which I've got to darken afterwards. We'll sort that out, don't worry about that. But that is handy stuff, that, really. Just a job for doing stuff like that. And of course, while I've got this brush on the go like this, what I can sometimes do is introduce a touch of white into this foam here, see, like this, as it comes up onto the beach. So it's good stuff for this, and it's cheap. Just flick it on top of that wave that's rolling in there. Flick it in. White horses. That's kind of dated. That'll do. I'm fiddling now, and that's not what I'm about, fiddling. Let's stop that. Take the brush off me there. I don't want to do any more on that. Right. Next job. I think the next job is to put a bit of like twiddly detail in the underside of these buildings here to anchor them. I think there's bushes and all sorts in there, so I'll put a bit of distant bushes in there. Let's just a bit of greeny stuff, not too rich, just a suggestion of green as it goes through there. Get some about here like this, look. It anchors those distant buildings down. Try and take it down to that distance there. And of course, as it goes in the distance there, it blues down a bit because it's further away. I keep mentioning that, but that's what it does. Of course, the light's coming from the top left, but it's behind it. It's backlit. So I'm just going to put a bit of darks on the underside of that. And these little boats at the back, we want to put a bit of colour on them. No, they're there, so let's put them in there. I think there's a couple there. That looks a bit. I've gone mad with the paint on that one, so I'll just sort that out. Let's see, what colour shall we have it? I don't want it red because it's too far out that side. But put a brown one in. This is this is light red or low. This one here. Let's get that one in. Nothing special. It's just it's distance stuff. This it's not gonna. You're not gonna sort of make a meal of it. Then the one behind it, we'll put it in. I'll make another blue one. Of course, it's got this has got a sticky out bit at the front. Don't forget that. I'm really nitpicking now. There, and this one's got one as well. Put a bit of dark underneath there. Bit of twiddle coming down here. There's got some masts there. I've got to put the masts in, haven't I? I've got that. A bit of that with a brush as opposed to a. That'd be about right. This is just for the mast. That's all it is. Nothing special. Let's put this one in first because I'm right-handed. This is that sky colour I'm using. This I've got some left, so I'm going to use it. Some on this one. Put this one in. Oops, got too much liquid on that. I'll take that out. Get rid of it. And just less water on this brush now. Let's try again. That's better. Good. I suppose really from here you might see one or two a suggestion of windows. I might be. I'm getting bogged down here. Not to worry. One or two windows in here make it look more realistic. There, just suggest them. Nothing special. We'll have a window in this end here. One here. At least they'll look more lived in. One of this lean-to here. That'll do. And these you can just suggest something. You can hardly make out the buildings, but they're there. Right. And I think while I'm up there, I might put in. Oh no, I'll leave it for now. This boat here. This is a white boat, and it's going to have a red gunnel. That'll give it nice sparkle and bring it forward as well. So this is going to have a red gunnel. I'm going to put it in now. Nice and steady. Try and angle it a little bit around here. You got to have a steady end for this. I thought I'd lose it, but no, it's still there. I can still see the lines, especially with my specs on. That'll do. That's our red gunnel. Right, now this net here, that wants colouring, and it's one of these orange nets, so we'll put an orange net in. This will be some touch of that sienna, just a touch, it's not that big, and put some red with it. Let's see if we've got the right colour first. Test paper, you got a test paper, that's too red, that. Weeden it off a bit. See what it's like now. That's better. That's like a weak colour. So this is the net hanging over the boat. They're sort of sorting the net out before the sail, because they want to catch fish, don't they? And it's tumbling all over the side and on the beach. Well, I nearly forgot that. Put that black again, that dark on the bowsprit there, because this is covering it. That's it. Lost it. If I'd have forgotten, somebody said, he's got it wrong there, he's done it this. Not to worry. We've sorted it. It's done. Now that, when it's dry, I'll put some sort of indications of netting on it. And while it is drying, I think I'll put some darks on the side of it, just to sort of give it some shape, like this, look. I'm using this sky colour. So we've got some darks down the bottom here, and it comes under there. Soften that into there. It was too harsh, that line there. Soften that bit in, and soften that bit in there. While that's drying there, I think I'm just going back to these buildings at the back there. I'm going to put some shadows in and save me the job later. So I'm going to put a bit of this colour we've got up in the sky there. Let's just, because the light's against it's backlit, don't forget, so we're going to get some darks on this. Just looking for the side of the buildings. This end's going to be in darkness here. So it's just picking out the one side of the building to make it look more three-dimensional. And just one more to do, I think that's, this one here. Side of the chimney, and this side of this lean-to will be dark as well. So they're sort of, they're in the distance. They're not intruding. Hopefully they're not. Not too dark. I'll lift some of that colour out. It's probably a bit too prominent. I don't want it to take over. Oh, I missed a bit there, look. Take a bit out of that and that one there. That's it, they look alright now, they'll do. Right, this should be dry now, I think. Right, let's suggest a touch of netting in this stuff here. I've just been some crisscrossing, like, well, there might be netting. I'm just using the rigger, which is a good brush for this, indicating some directions of the crosses and that. So anyway, it looks more realistic than just having a flat piece of orange, doesn't it? Down here. Right. Next job. That's all down there. I think I think we'll have some one or two figures in, shall we? I mean, the boats are just stood there doing nothing, so there should be somebody tending these nets anyway, because they're hanging over the side. Now, we'll put some bloke in. This bloke he's got a brown jumper on, and he's working on his nets here. A bit miserable, that. We'll put his mate on here. He's having a go at this end. He's leaning the other way. See, here he is. That's a better jumper, that one. He sat there like that. I want to stay at this one again. It's a bit miserable, that colour. I think when you've got boats, you need people, don't you? Or it looks a bit odd. Let's put him. he's studying this end. He's doing his bit. He's doing that bit there. Oh yes, we've got to have. There's always another one stood watching him, and he's stood up here. This is. I'll put him a blue jumper on. He's a supervisor. He's stood up here. This is. I'll put him this side here. He's pointing at something. Well, this other bloke's missed his net or something. I don't know. But it's. Putting some dark trousers on. He's a supervisor. He's doing nothing. Well, a bloke on this back boat there. He's. We'll have another one in because this. Can't have him just doing nothing, can we? Well, it'll be smaller, won't it? Because it's further back. What are we doing? That's it. He's further back, so he's smaller. We might get a bloke. On the back of the boat here. That'd be nice. A bloke there. Put him a maroon jumper on. On here. He's just stood. What he's doing at the back I don't know, but he better put his arm on there so it looks like he's busy. The boss might be about. Sticking some trousers in. Right, that's 4 or 5 of them there. And we ought to have somebody up with this little yacht, not yacht, this little rowing boat here. Well, just doing something. I know, well, Fred with his red jumper on. That'll bring him forward. Fred, he stood behind the boat. He's closer to us than them, so he's going to be bigger, isn't he? So we'll put Fred in here. He loves his boat, does Fred. He stood here. I'll put him some trousers on. I don't know where Mabel is today, but she's certainly not here today. It must be too windy. So he's doing his. He's behind the boat there. Dark-haired lad. Leaning forward, because he's looking near the boat, isn't he? So his head will be angled. He's a bit bow-legged, but not too worried. He was born like that. So I want to put a bit of a dark in this boat here, like this, where the shadow is. I think we ought to have some indications of sort of flotsam. I'll put some browny stuff in here. You know, always like on the beach when it comes in, you get this sort of stuff. It's just a suggestion of stuff that's been there before and come up on the beach. I'm just looking around for things. I'm going to anchor some of this stuff here. Just anchor the boat a bit. It's just floating. I don't like that. Just down here. Let's anchor the boat. Or some indications of darks and stuff like that down here, coming down towards the beach. Might have a bit of greenery there, just on that, in front of this little boat that Fred's got. A little bit of greenery on there. That'll anchor Fred down in his little boat. Just a touch, not a lot. Down here. It's just marram grass, as they call it. I think they call it marram grass. It just gives you a bit more interest down the foreground here. In fact, there's a place I go on the North Norfolk coast called Morstan Key. Beautiful it is. I go there often, and they have samphire there, called samphire. It's called. It grows wild, and you can pick it wild, and it's lovely. You put it in your cooking and that. Put a small brush in and I start fiddling. That's another good idea. Let's put a touch of. So I'm just sculpting this beach a bit. It's a bit ordinary. So I'm giving it a bit more punch, a bit more wow factor, if you like. It's too nice, and on a day like this you won't get nice really. Put some down here as well. A little bit more of that, I think. Quite nice, that. Narrow as it goes further back. And right down at the front here, but I want to bring it towards me, this sound of that. So I'm going to use some of that blue I've got left, this sky stuff here. Watch this, it'll darken it down here, look. Oh yes, I like that. That brings it right forward, that corner. Well, let's just see about putting some darky stuff on that there. These little bits of twiddle, you know, it certainly helps your painting. Now I think what we can do now is sort out the shadows, shall we? I'll dry that off a bit because it's a bit too twiddly. We'll sort out these shadows. That's the next job. The boats they look nice as they are, all nice and neat, but they're backlit, so the light coming from behind them really. So the front of the boats are going to be in shade, aren't they? So let's not waste our time and let's get this shade in. It'll give it more impact, it will. Trust me. I'm a doctor. We'll see what it looks like. See what we've got. Right, so both these boats are going to be in shade. A bit shadowy. And of course it'll cast a shadow onto the beach here as well, won't it? And of course Fred's little boat will be in shade just there, won't it? So don't forget him. I missed a bit there, look. Check that out. Smaller brush. The bloke here will cast a shadow, won't he? Don't forget, and Fred will cast a shadow as well. These blokes, I don't think you'll see a shadow down here. You can put one there if you like, just to... That's right, looking around that. Look at the boats. These figures will just be a bit of shadow on these figures, just on that side there, look. On his coat and on his jacket there. On that side there. All these little bits of detail, you know. That boat will be shadowy across here, isn't it, won't it? And some of these darks, I like to put some darks on the edge of the ripples on the beach, just so it looks as though it's just here. You know, get this. It brings it forward. Some of this detail here. Gives it a little bit of interest. Around this grasses here. And of course these boats, I better put some kind of a retaining boat in. Let's see. Put him down to this post here. I better put a post in. That'll secure Fred's boat. And I think these people should have one as well, shouldn't they? So you should down to there like that. It's all sorted out. Now, when they're messing about with nets like this, you do get some activity from gulls. So I think we should put some gulls in somewhere. Just to, I tell you, you're getting your money's worth on this one. We're getting all sorts in it. So gulls, perhaps one knocking about here. I'll put it light against that dark sky if I can. Or if that's dry now, it is dry. So I'll put one here. Fluttering down, with some fish. Here he is. Perhaps another one just here. Settling in, looking what's on the beach. Real scavengers, aren't they? Put one or two on the beach here. That'll do. Or he's sat down. Sat on the beach. I don't know if you noticed, but when gulls are sat down like that, they all face the same way, don't they? And it's expecting to take off into the wind. That's what they do. I'll put another one just here. I'll put it up onto that. There's a few on the beach there. If I can get a couple in the sky as well, that'd be nice. Let's get one up here somewhere. There's a couple of dots there, I'm going to put some in there as well. Oh, they're coming from far and wide. Must be a good catch. Right, they're blackhead gulls these, so I'm going to put some black in. Put them on the front of there. They're all deciding what to do down there. This one's down here. One up here. And it's getting to the stage where I'm looking for things to do, and that's the time to stop. Mind you, I'll tell you what I will do, just before I finish, that grass, it looks a bit odd, just finishing, just at the edge of the boat. Well, it's not going to do. It's going to carry on for a bit. We've just decided. And it's going to overlap that boat there, like this, look. So it makes Fred's boat sit in the grass, isn't it? Which is nice. Because we've got that in there, I'm going to put some darks on the grass as well. Oh, you've got to stop me soon. You've got to stop me soon. That'll darken that down a bit. Take it down here. Of course that net will be in shade, won't it? I forgot about that. So we better darken that net as well. Or it will look odd. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. I want another figure. I don't have odd, even numbers. I'll have another bloke somewhere doing something. What's he doing? He sat at the back of this boat here. We'll put him let's see. They don't have yellow jumpers, these sailors, do they? You have a brown jumper on. He's talking to his mate down here. He's saying, what the heck are you doing down there? He's leaning over. Put him like that. There, look. He says, Fred, pass us that wiggle pin, or whatever they have. I'll just sort this out. He's got his trousers on, dark-haired lad. Talking to his mate. See, that's it. That's 2 there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 figures. That's it. The birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's odd number as well. I'm gonna stop there, folks, because when you start looking for things to do, it's time to stop. This is Aldeburgh in Suffolk, just below Southwold. I've enjoyed painting it. I hope you have. If you have, give us a like or a subscribe, or whatever you do, and I'll see you on the next one. But for now, goodbye. Goodbye.